Hey, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here out of Houston, Texas with a May 11, 2020 SARS-CoV update. There has been a lot of talk lately about wave two. Look out for wave two. Well, let's share what some of the top epidemiologists in the world are saying about wave two. So you recall that the goal was, as they said, to basically flatten the curve. And what people will tell you is, look, they didn't try to decrease the number of deaths. That wasn't what they were trying to do. They were just trying to spread out the deaths to give the healthcare system a reprieve. Now, it turns out there's a few select cities, maybe New York. I'm not aware of any other city in New York that's been so overwhelmed, but where it seemed to be a good idea to protect the healthcare workers from such an influx. This world-renowned immunologist, there's a fascinating YouTube video where they compare his data versus Anthony Fauci's data. But basically, he says this lockdown has had only negative effects on health, economy, the world, and really makes no sense whatsoever. Then he has a very complex graph. So we had an influenza B, look at that, peak fell, influenza A, peak fell, but this coronavirus just keeps going on and on and on. But what he basically said is, once Corona came out, they started pretty much calling everything a Corona and not calling it any other type. Well, what does this picture tell you? Here's what it tells us, right? What these guys know is that masks don't work. And I'll show you the citation. Social distancing doesn't work. I'll show you the citation. Annals of Internal Medicine, April 6, 2020, masks don't work. But these guys knew that. That was a March picture. Social distancing, looking at 215 studies, that doesn't work. It just doesn't. So if we're going to be exposed to this virus, wouldn't it make sense to be healthy? This is an Italian politician who was so angry. And since I don't speak Italian, I'll just have to take it on the translation, but I did send it to some of my Italian friends. And basically, what he said is that no way, 25,000 people did not die. And he says, let's be united against the hypocrisy and the lies. What happened when Oxford looked at the Italian death rates? They found out that 88% of those deaths were from something else. Only 12% were probable COVID deaths. So if they report 30,000 deaths, that means 3,600 people died. There's no doubt that's tragic. 56% of these people were over the age of 80 and 26% over the age of 90. If we're going to protect anybody, wouldn't we protect them? If we had a 90-year-old with stage 4 cancer and they died and they called it COVID, is there something wrong with that? I absolutely suggest that there is. So here's the data from Statista, if you actually want to look at that. Churchill said this, truth, the most valuable thing in the world is the truth. So valued that it has often been barricaded by a bodyguard of lies. A lot of people are comparing this bio war, they're calling it a bio war, still, Nobel laureates coming out and saying this is not a natural virus. This exceeded 800 years of evolution. If it is a bioweapon, could we call it a global terror threat? And then there are people that seem to profit from it. And you know what? We just need to bring the truth into light. So wherever you are in terms of this now, here's what we probably all need to know. The policies are causing problems. They're telling us to wear masks, they don't work. They're telling us to keep social distancing, that doesn't work. What works according to Knut Witkowski? Herd immunity. Cultures have it now. Maybe we should work to get that. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, absolutely knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful.